again, without him, we can do nothing. And I know Chris is running around like crazy. So I'm going to start a little bit with happening in Frederick, and then we'll do the proper one soon because there's some bigger things that I want to make sure you guys are aware of. So let's go ahead and give it its due until he joins us. Well, and just like that, he joins the stream. So we'll get back to the what's happening in Frederick. And we're going to come to Chris from Christmas Cash for Kids, WFMD AM 930. Well, good morning. Oh, look at you little elf, you.
I'm dreaming of a lot of money for the children of Frederick. All right, so not my best version. Luckily,
I love it. I love it. And wow, what a day. So yesterday kicked off Christmas Cash for Kids. In what year is this now? This is like the
49th. 49th. You believe that?
49 year. Oh, I can't wait for the 50th year next year. It's going to be great. Greater.
Actually, we're probably going to start planning for the 50th as soon as January starts because it's going to be huge. But Danny, just think about this. This has been throughout all the technology that's changed. This has been going on for 49 years, okay? A lot of things they say that there's only two things in life that you can count on. They say death and taxes. Well, over here in Frederick, it's death, taxes, and Christmas Cash for Kids. How great is that? Now, I hate to put death and taxes in the same sentence as Christmas Cash for Kids, but it's what I do. I make bloopers.
Yeah, look, I tell you, as I've said to you guys from day one, I was so excited about this. This kind of comes full circle for me, as I was at Z104 and we used to do this event, and there is nothing like being a part of it. So I encourage people to go stop by Grove Hill Road. Take your piggy bank, take your check, take your cash, whatever you can give, take it into the studio. If you can do it from 6 to 9 a.m. Or 3 to 6 p.m., there is nothing like being in the room when people are coming in, telling their stories about how long they've supported Christmas Cash for Kids, or even some where it's their very first time ever hearing about it and they want to be a part of it. It is an amazing community to want to be a part of. So, I'm very excited to be a small part this year.
Well, I mean, and this works out perfect, Danny, because you're huge in helping the community. And this is such a big thing that we've been doing in Frederick for 49 years. And I kind of want to echo what you said. Obviously, we love the phone calls, the donations on phone calls. But you know what? We love it even more when people come in. This is one time of the year we open up our doors to the public. Me and Bob, we love meeting our listeners, okay? Without our listeners, there would be no us, as you well know. So, you know what? You don't have to call. Come by. Bring the donation. Let's take some pictures together. Let's meet our listeners. It's for a great cause. Not only that, but so many people, Danny, when they donate in memory of. So we had a listener who donated in memory of her husband, who just loved children. And it's things like that that really starts getting emotional because you know what? You're keeping your family member's name alive when they depart. So things like that, it's just it's I can't, again, I've done some cool things in radio, met some cool people, interviewed celebrities, but this by far, Danny, is the coolest thing I've done in radio and will always be.
Yeah, I agree. So yesterday, what is the total at, or do you have any totals that we can share?
Bob had read the total. Now I didn't hear it because I was doing something else. And I don't want to say the wrong total. So I'm going to hold off on that. But let me tell you, Danny, okay, as soon as we get on air, I kid you not, as soon as that mic turns on at 6 o'clock or 6:10 is when we get on air, the donations start coming in. It is truly mind boggling. Okay. We had mutual friends of ours, the Hurwitz family who came in.
I saw that they were on the stream today.
Yeah, they made their donation. And what can I say about Patty and Jeff Hurwitz? Okay. Not only are they donating for this cause, Danny, my goodness, what they do for the Hurwitz Breast Cancer Foundation is just mind boggling. But
Yeah.
again, it shows you how wonderful, everybody, and this is what gets on my nerves. Everybody says, well, this is a small town, small town. To me, it doesn't seem like a small town. To me, the way people donate, they donate like a big town. People come together. That's why I love Frederick.
Oh, I mean, the impact that this makes not only in our community, but what you guys are able, or we are able, but on WFMD, able to achieve in 1 week is really mind blowing. Last year, I think you guys raised 118,000 or something like that.
Actually, a little more than that. We the fuck is Don't forget, we also have money coming in. We have to get the total from, because you can also donate PNC. If you go to any PNC around Frederick County, we have an account with them. Go in there and say, hey, I'd like to donate the Christmas cash for kids. So we get the total from them. Bash comes in, and then this year we have Christmas laughs for kids. We're doing on December 9th. Next year we're hoping to make it even bigger, where maybe you guys could roast me. That'd be fun. Imagine Bob Miller roasting me. Of course, he does it every morning. But that would be fun. But yeah, so we finished at last year just over $120,000. Now, I just want to remind people, Danny, as you well know this, we don't take donations all day now. We only take those donations when we're live on air with the Morning News Express with Bob and myself and Mid-Maryland Live. So that's what, 6 hours that we get donations, just 5 days a week, and we came to 120,000. Frederick, you guys are awesome.
Yes, amazing. It is. It is a great community. I've always said this. I love it, and it's just a testament to everyone. Not only the community of people, but the business support is phenomenal. And it's just an incredible ride. So congratulations so far, and we hope to top that 120,000 this year, because there's more and more families, unfortunately, that need the assistance. So if you can, make sure you go to christmascashforkids.com, or there are collection boxes throughout Frederick at some local places, and or wait and tomorrow morning or one day this week, stop in to Grove Hill Road and you can drop off your donation yourself. All right. Anything else locally? I think this is the number one thing.
I hate to really get into news after this great discussion we were having of love and warmth, but I just want to say this one thing real quickly, Danny. Bob and I are just the mouthpieces, okay? All the hard work is done behind the scenes. Our volunteers who answer those phones, okay? Dave Schmidt, who you interviewed, was it a few days ago, or maybe it was last week, who does, not even employed by us, does an amazing job. Of course, what you do, talking to different local businesses out there, you have a huge part in it this year. And of course, everything Frederick and more. And for me, it's really cool because this goes around full circle, because I started my radio career working with you. And now here I am, blessed to be working with my friend side by side doing this now, Christmas Cash for Kids. So I'm so excited.
Well, the pleasure is all mine for sure.
So getting into news, budget. That's a word I always use with my wife. Stay on budget. Well, the good news is that's how Frederick Police Chief Jason Lando described the renovation work on the new police department headquarters. He says the new 100 East All Saints Street facility is expected to open on May 1st, 2025. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen the new facility or not, but it is huge. A lot bigger.
It is huge. It's right by the Delaplane, right? They're using like 3 floors of that building.
Correct. So the good thing is everybody employed by Frederick PD, including the 911 dispatchers, will actually be in one building, which is great. So kudos to that. It's really hard to stay on budget. So for them to be able to do that, that's great. The biggest thing in Frederick County we always talk about is agricultural. Well, a new resource guide for agricultural land preservation in Frederick County has been released. The county's Office of Agriculture says this new guide has updated information to help farmers, landowners, and other stakeholders better understand the county's initiatives to preserve agricultural land for future generations. I can't stress how important this is, especially for our county. Preserving agricultural land is critical in ensuring food security, supporting local farmers, and maintaining the rural character of Frederick County, says Katie Stevens, the director of the Office of Agriculture, in a statement. This improved resource guide is an important tool to empower our community with the information they need to participate in these programs and make a lasting impact. Now, I have a question for you. I know you've grown up here your whole life. Have you noticed a huge impact? I know Frederick City is growing, but as far as the county goes with agriculture, do you feel like we're losing too much of our agricultural identity in this county?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people feel that way, and I believe that that is, a perspective of a lot of the longtime residents here. And obviously, a lot of land is being pulled from our farming community. I think it's more important, and I've seen this trend where it is about utilizing all land for farming, including even in the suburbs, a section of your yard for a garden, and getting kind of that agriculture to seep down, not mass producing agriculture or farming, but even on the smaller scale. I think we can have a huge impact. But I think it is a bigger thing about the farming industry not continuing forward. So the reasons that some of the land becomes available is that the generations coming up don't want to continue what generations previously have done, whether it's due to a lot of the restrictions that the government places on having agriculture, as a your main source of income, or how you're beholden to what is happening in the government to make a living. I think that that is probably a bigger issue, but obviously, I think that we do have a lot of, still have a lot of farmland. But it, of course, is shrinking, and we have to look at ways to circumvent that for sure.
Well, one thing we gotta, we have to, I think, better educate our youth on the importance of farming.
Yeah.
It's a hard work. Listen, I've never done it.
Yeah.
Everybody always, jokes around about me lifting weights and being strong. Well, there's bodybuilding strong and there's farmer strong, which is a huge difference. These people that are
Yeah.
carrying all this hay, they are massively strong. It takes a lot of work and a love for what you do, and we have to just keep it up. It's important for the future, obviously, of our nation.
Yeah,
One
well,
more,
look, and it's 24/7, 7
yeah,
days a week, right? So I remember
absolutely,
talking with Crystal, who has Crystal's Funny Farm. She does goat yoga and all kinds of things at her home, but her family has a dairy farm, and the three of them, her brother, her and her dad, run that farm, and they can't all go on vacation at the same time. It is literally a 24/7, 7 day a week operation. They need a lot of help to run it. I think they have 1,200 dairy cows, and yes, it is definitely hard work, and it's not for the weak of heart, because things happen, and which can absolutely impact your life. So
absolutely. Well, getting back to news here, a special meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, December 3rd at 7 p.m. at Frederick City Hall to discuss the development of new election districts. Under a recent charter amendment, the city will have 5 election districts, each represented by a member of the city council and 2 at-large council members. The city council was formerly known as the Board of Aldermen, and that is going to take me a while to remember they're not the Board of Aldermen anymore. Residents can let their voices be heard by speaking in person at the meetings during the public comment or submitting an e-comment before the meeting. Now, I talked to a lot of our representatives over here, and they say that people don't show up to these things. Make your voice heard. You have an opportunity. If you disagree with something, by all means, go over there and listen. You can't complain if you don't try to do something about it, I always say. And
yeah.
one more bit of news: a Madison Heights, Virginia man is on trial this week in Frederick County Circuit Court. David Clayton Hanson, 34, is charged with attempted first-degree murder, first-degree assault, second-degree assault, and numerous firearms offenses. He was arrested in November 2021 for pointing a gun at a woman who was sitting in her car speaking to an acquaintance at the 400 block East Patrick Street in Frederick. Police say Hanson came around from the back of the vehicle with the handgun. He racked the side, pulled the trigger, but the weapon did not fire, according to authorities. And taking a quick look at your weather, it's been cold this week, Danny. I got bad news for you. It's going to be cold for I'm just full of bad news. Listen, I started off with good news. You should know
Yeah,
darn you should know darn well if I start off with good news, there's going to be bad news at the end. And that includes the weather. It's only going to get down to, or I should say, get up to 41. Some clouds this morning will give way to generally sunny skies for the afternoon high. Tonight, Danny, wear those long johns, 21 out there with a few passing clouds. And then taking a look at tomorrow, mix of clouds and sun early, then becoming cloudy later in the day, a high of 42 tomorrow. Well, tomorrow night won't be as cold, low of 34. However, cloudy skies early with showers later at night. So there you go. And unfortunately, my partner, the morning mayor, he's Chick-fil-A brought in food for us today. So I think the morning mayor is stuffing his face with Chick-fil-A.
He said he had an appointment he had to get to today, but when I was thinking about it, he didn't have to be there till 10:30. He could have done it, but it's okay. You get a pass.
Listen, I'm just hoping there's some at least crumbs. Bob Miller, at least save me some crumbs. I'm hungry for crying out loud. Danny, I got to go before he eats all the Chick-fil-A. I'll see you later.
Have a great day. See you later.
Sandwich down. Bye.
All right. We want to thank Chris for that. All right. We're going to take a quick break. Then we'll go back to doing what's happening in Frederick. We got Tech Tip Tuesday with Ash from 34 Blast talking about software updates. And Pam from ServPro will be here as well. And all of that comes up just after these few messages.